Roberto Monaco here, and welcome to one more Power of 3 interview series. And today I am super excited to introduce my friend, Dr. John DeWitt. What's happening, buddy?
How you doing, Roberto?
How you doing, man? I am super excited because today we're going to solve a big problem. Talk about big problem, a huge problem. So let me give you some background here. Today the talk is about video optimization. If you're doing any type of video marketing, or if you want to do any video marketing, I have a guru here for you, Dr. John. So I'm super excited. So let me give the context here. So I think we met, maybe
2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. And Dr. John came to our class, and him and Dr. John Bergman, they established this huge, massive YouTube channel. And I was poking around his channel, and you guys have what? 65,000?
A little bit over that, yeah.
7.2 million views. By the way, Dr. John's a chiropractor. He works with Dr. John Bergman too. But this call is for everybody. Trust me, for everybody. So now I'm like, they have like a massive following on YouTube. So that was talking to Dr. John DeWitt. He goes, no, man, he was teaching me all these tricks about video optimization. And I've been teaching video marketing for 4 or 5 years. I didn't know. I'm like, man, I cannot wait to have you to do a call and provide some value for our members or listeners. So thanks so much for being here today, bud. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So the first question that I want to ask today is this. Why entrepreneurs? And in influencology, we work with so far 31 different industries, from dentists, chiropractors, loan officers, realtors, coaches, architects, and you name it, man. So we have a lot of different entrepreneurs, financial planners. Why entrepreneurs should use video, in your opinion?
In my opinion, from my perspective as a chiropractor, a lot of people, when they're in school, think they're going to get their diploma, their degree, get their license, just kind of hang the shingle outside the door, and people are just going to come flooding in. And it's a really harsh reality. When I first started into practice, I tried that. I went to an office that I didn't know anybody, or a city that I didn't know anybody, and it failed miserably. And I got up here to Dr. Bergman's office, and it's just so important because video is free. Anybody can do it. I mean, there's YouTube channels for like dogs and cats and things like that. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And even if you're nervous and don't like to get in front of a camera and talk, you can do just PowerPoint presentations with a voiceover at first just to get used to it. But that's getting your message out there, because they are the second largest search engine on the planet. So if somebody's Googling something and they're like, oh, why don't I go on YouTube? Maybe there'll be a video, because they like to see videos instead of just reading stuff. And I mean, it just makes you appear like you're everywhere, and just builds more and more credibility, and really does make you look like an influencer and a leader in your community.
So can you talk to us a little bit about the channel? Can you help build right now, give some background? So if the listeners trying to find you or trying to find the channel, they know what to look for.
Sure, they can
see how impressive it is.
Right, they can go on youtube.com /John B. Chiro. So it's JOHN, the letter B, CHIRO. And I mean, we've got quick little 5-minute videos. We've got some longer videos, and we'll talk about, which way you should go with that later. But it's great because you can link your videos up to membership sites, your website, different offers, squeeze pages, a whole bunch of stuff you can do, which is just amazing. And we started out, when I got here, Dr. Bergman started making videos on his own out of his office, and it's about a 100 square foot office. It's a tiny little office where just the office part is. And he would make videos and post them up there, and really nobody was watching them. And he'd had his YouTube channel since 2007, and I got here in 2011, and he had maybe 1,000 subscribers. So I started taking all the online courses I could. I started reading all the books I could about how to optimize all this stuff. And within a little over a year, now we're at 65,000 subscribers. I mean, it's just amazing. And the interesting thing is, a lot of times people are like, subscribers, what does that mean to me? I don't understand. What's a subscriber? And I pointed out to him that in our industry, what is the lifetime value of a patient? And in our particular office, it's $4,200. And so if you made a video a week, and so that's 4 a month, how many more people do you think you would get into your office every month, and how much more money would that mean to you over the lifetime of that customer or patient? I mean, it's just mind-blowing. 60 out of the last 88 new patients that we had in the office came from YouTube.
All right, let me pause here, because if you listen, you got to stop what you're doing, get a pen and paper. Can you just backtrack the last 10 seconds and tell the results? Because people talk about the views, they talk about subscribers. Let's talk about tangible. How many new patients you guys got the last month?
Last month we had 88 new patients, and 60 of those 88 were from YouTube.
Oh,
I mean, it's crazy too. I don't mean to interrupt, but it's crazy because literally you put yourself out there and you are so much the authority in your niche that you have raving fans that come in that haven't ever even met you and are asking for Dr. Bergman's autograph. I mean, it's just amazing. We had a couple come from Switzerland that just flew out for the day and then flew back to Switzerland that afternoon. I mean, it's just mind blowing.
I just love it. And by not even talking about when you guys, Dr. John DeWitt was doing a presentation in our IFF class, we asked them to speak, and I just noticed the other doctors and professionals, man, like their jaws dropping because the results you got getting. But here's what's important. The lesson here also is that for every entrepreneur is that a lot of chiropractors think themselves in terms of a geographic business, where a local business, where, hey man, if I live in San Diego, I'm gonna help people 50 miles or 100 miles around me. And these guys they're helping people from all over the world. They have people flying in, they have special cares. Instead of taking whatever, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, they take like in 3 weeks. They're doing now online consultations. They have a membership site, and I would say, safe to say, it started with the power of video. True? Absolutely, because that's the ideal thing about the way you can repurpose video. You shoot a video on YouTube, you can send that to SpeechPad, which I know you're a big fan of. They'll send you the transcript of that video. You can do some editing and a little tweaking here and there, and you've got an instant book. And then you can take the MP3 of that and make it into an audio book. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can just really, it's just mind-blowing. And then we take the videos from YouTube, put it on the membership site, and then throw a couple of extra little downloads to handouts from the talks and the PowerPoints, things like that. And then it's mind-blowing. There's no limit to what you can do. I just love that. So when you seen, obviously, other entrepreneurs trying to tap into video, what are some of the mistakes that you've seen they do? Give me like a couple of mistakes that you've seen.
A couple of the main mistakes that I see, and this is just from all the different classes and books that I've read about it, is the first impression when you're on YouTube, you have the main video you're watching, and then there'll be some suggested video, like smaller thumbnails on the side. You have to make your thumbnail. You can customize that and make it to where you're supposed to have a person looking directly at the camera. That's really important. It doesn't have to be you. It can be anybody, but looking at the camera. And if you can make it three-dimensional, where there's kind of like, it's not too technical, but you can kind of overlap the file so that the image looks like one's in front and then there's an image behind, so you kind of overlap them to give it more depth. And then use really big font that's easy to read, because when people are looking on the right-hand side of the screen, if they can't read what it is, they're not going to look below it and try to read the description or anything. They need something that really grabs their attention, really bright colors, things like that. And one thing I suggest you don't do is you don't want to use pictures of girls in bikinis and stuff like that, because, you'll get people picking and clicking on the picture, but if your video has nothing to do with that picture, then you're going to lose a lot of people, because they're going to be
penalized.
Right, because it has to be congruent with what your topic is. So that's thumbnails. Second one is keywords. So many people don't use keywords, and I know people are just like, keywords, it must not be that important. It is hugely important, because Google doesn't know what a video is about unless you have keywords attached to it. So they don't go in and have some little robot watch the video and type down what all it's about. So you have to actually have that in the description of your video, and you can use Google's keyword planner, which is free and amazing. It'll show you how many people are searching for each individual keyword. It'll tell you what kind of keywords you should try to use, and then use that in the file, the video file, and the title of the video, and then down in the description of the video. So keywords is huge. And then the other one is timestamps. This is a little secret people don't know.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. Can you explain that?
So with timestamps, in our office, we made longer videos because they're health talks every Tuesday night. So it would be 45 minutes to maybe an hour long. And in our analytics on YouTube, you could see in the back end that they were starting to drop off after about 15 minutes. So what you can do is there's a little ninja trick where you can type the time that a particular topic is discussed in the video. And when you save that in the description, YouTube automatically makes that a clickable link. So if somebody, say you have an hour-long talk and halfway through you start to talk about lung cancer or something like that, then they can look down in that description, click on lung cancer and the little time right next to it, and it automatically skips ahead exactly to where that timestamp is where it talks about lung cancer.
So where does the viewer click? In the description of the video?
Yeah, in the description, there'll be a little clickable link down there. You'll have to click the show more to actually see the entire description.
Okay.
But they can click on that, and I have to actually thank one of our viewers because we had a couple of people that said, your videos are really long. Is there any way you could like do something so we can click ahead? And so it was their idea. And so when you have your customers giving you that feedback, it's like, absolutely, whatever we can do to make it easier for you. So those are the three things.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Now I know you do. You're responsible for pretty much getting Dr. John Bergman channel and just blow it up, right? Because he had the content. He's a great speaker. The guy is a brilliant scientist.
Absolutely.
And then you have, but then you can have that like me. I can have, I believe, or have the best message, but if the people are not watching, there's not much impact.
Exactly.
What are a couple things specifically, or YouTube that the couple things that you did, and you start like increasing, you saw the results growing automatically? What's a couple things you did?
One of the main things you do is you can go in the default settings and make a little logo. You can go to Fiverr.com, which is FIVE2RR.com, and you can create a logo. It can look like a little play button. It can look like your actually logo for the business if you want to continue your branding throughout, which is always important. And you can make that your default logo, and every single video you have, it'll automatically put that wherever you want it, in the upper right or in the bottom right, wherever you want it. And then that'll actually be a clickable link where people can automatically subscribe to your channel. And that's beautiful because, like in his case, by the time I got here, he had about 200 videos already, and I didn't have to go in one at a time and add that logo. It's automatically updated, which is huge. Yeah, that's huge. We had a big cruise last year. And we had a bunch of patients that actually ended up going with us, and it was because they couldn't come into the office in California, but they wanted to make it a vacation and go on a cruise. We went to the Caribbean. It was so much fun. And you can actually promote videos at the bottom. That's another thing you can do at a certain time in the video. It'll pop up and say, hey, check us out on our cruise, and they can click on that, and it can be a description, basically just a commercial for your cruise or your next big dinner talk with the doc or whatever it is you're doing. And I mean, it's amazing because
I love this strategy.
Yeah, because it's so amazing because it's automatic and it's all happening while you're sleeping, and people on the East Coast, West Coast, another country even are getting your message out there, and it's just, I mean, it's amazing, and I can't say enough. Get out there and do it. Stop thinking about it. Stop talking about it. Just do it. Start making videos. I mean, it's funny because one of the people in the session that we had a couple weeks ago. Was a chiropractor, and he actually won. We had a giveaway of a home studio kit, and it was a green screen, lights, webcam, the same one I'm using right now, and a little lapel mic, and he actually won. And part of the stipulations were that he had to make his first video within 2 weeks and send it to me, because I mean, you got to hold people accountable. I mean, it's for their own good, but sometimes people just won't get out of their own way.
I know. So as far as what I love about YouTube, the strategy about you be able to promote within your videos another video of yours. Here's what's fascinating: the more videos you have is different than Facebook or Twitter, LinkedIn, where you post something and 2 days later disappear.
Right.
When I look at my channel, which is nothing compared to yours, we have a good traffic, but like your channel is way bigger. What's great about it is that my top 10 videos I look at, I'm always for the stats, I recorded 2 years ago, a year ago. My top 2 videos that I get consistent views 3 years ago. Think about it. What kind of marketing did you do 3 years ago free?
Yep.
That is still consistently generating leads for your business. I mean, I haven't found it.
Nope.
And anything like that. And what's great about it is that the more videos you record, ultimately, the more quote unquote reach you're going to have, because now you want to promote a new video, you have an army of videos, quote unquote, promoting your message. So I think it's fascinating. Now, one of the biggest challenges that I know you can help us solve is the optimization, SEO of the video. And I know you have a killer product. Can you talk about the product you just launched? That you start telling me some ideas, and Jeff, like, man, I'm in. Talk to me about the product, why you developed this, and give some details about it.
Absolutely. Well, it's called videotrafficguy.com, And it actually, I'm going to launch it right after I'm off the computer with you. It's a program that we came up with because we really feel like in our industry, it's vital to get the message out there about true health, natural health for people. And some people are like, oh, I don't like marketing. Well, then it's not up to you. You have a life-saving message to get out there, and you have to get it out there. And this is the way to do it. It's free. Anybody can do it. It gets your message out. It makes you look like a leader. I mean, it truly is an amazing, amazing tool. And at the same time, some people are like, well, I don't have the time to learn all that, and it's too technical. So what we did is we created a really simple program. There's only 4 modules. And you go through, we tell you exactly how to start from scratch, set up your YouTube channel, how to link it up to your Google Plus page, so that way anytime you post on YouTube, it automatically posts on your Google Plus page, another one of those being everywhere type things. And I mean, it's so simple. It was intimidating for me. It took me a long time to figure out how to set up an AdSense account. But if you go to YouTube, ironically, and type in how do you set up an AdSense account, there'll be a lot of videos explaining how to do it. So that's all you do. And so you use the service, learn how to do it. We made it super affordable because, like I was talking about before, when people are thinking about a lifetime value of a patient, once again in the chiropractic industry, for us it's $4,200 for one patient. And last month we got 60 patients just from YouTube. That's a lot of money, and it's just, for us, we wanted to help people learn how to do it, and so it's only $10 a month. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I don't know how you can do that. And then on top of that, we have bonus materials, video courses on why you should build a list, on email marketing, on how to make a promo video, and a variety of other things. We're going to add an additional bonus video course each month, and it's still just $10 a month. And the other 3 modules. In the second module, we go over keywords exactly, how to spy on your competition, and legally, all legally, of course, and see what keywords and tags they're using. And so then you can just take their information, click on their tags, and then copy them to a relevant video that you have that's in a similar niche. And that way you're actually kind of piggybacking off of them to get more viewers. So that's in module 2.
This is really important because before you could do that, but now YouTube, technically, they hide the tags.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a way around that, because before you couldn't go to video number 1, open up, see the tags, copy, put in your video. But now YouTube does not allow you to do that, so you gotta go another way around to do it.
Right. It's amazing, and there's a couple of different YouTube partners that you can use to do that. It's awesome. And then we also threw in, if you don't have a Facebook page yet, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't, then I have a couple of videos on how to set up your Facebook page and make sure it's all linked up as well. And then we talk about, what else do we talk about? Let's see. The bonus materials. We also talk about the perfect video outline. That's the biggest section in Module 4. What do you need to have in your video? What's an intro? What's an outro? How do you get an animated logo? And what does that mean? And what's the purpose of that? What's a call to action? What should you use? And how often should you use it? When should you use funny outtakes when you trip over your tongue and it sounds funny, and why that's important to include things like that, even if you're a medical professional or whatever it is that you're doing, because it just makes you seem human. And when you can connect with the viewer, then that makes them realize, hey, he's not perfect, he's just like me, and that makes them know, like, and trust you even more.
I love that. Well, I don't have to use those my mistakes in the ad, because my whole video is a mistake, so don't worry about that.
No, you're perfect.
Oh man, I love it. So if they wanna, I wanna get a copy of your product for myself, because I'm always learning, man. And the cool thing about video is that one little ninja, little tweak, man, can get your video rank higher. And then, like you said before, it's not about the. I always think it's not about the views, about our back end, like a coaching client, or if someone comes to an event like you, or if you're a financial planner, or if you're a real estate agent. A real estate agent, a client can be anywhere from 10 grand to 100 grand.
Yep.
I have agents that they do video, and when they close a $4 or $5 million property, man, that's a lot of money.
Yep.
And so it's not about only the views, it's about how is your video ranking in front of the right person with search. So it's really important to be able to optimize your video correctly. So what is the address that you should go to get your product?
It's videotrafficguy.com.
Okay.
So just videotrafficguy.com. And then also, for people that watch this interview, there's an additional bonus. I wrote a book on setting goals and how imperfect action can actually change your life. And that's actually at drjohndewitt.com/free book, with no space between free book. And that's a PDF download of that. And it's really great, because a really short version of my story is I walked onto the football team at Vanderbilt. They were telling me that I was too small, too slow, couldn't play football. I ended up proving them wrong. Played 12 years of professional football all over the world, and then decided I wanted to be a chiropractor and made that happen too. And it's all in that book on how you do it and how you have to visualize and focus and kind of just get laser obsessed with getting your goal. And that's how you make an exciting life.
I love that, but it was a pleasure. What is any final message about the people who are doing video, considering doing video right now?
The biggest message and mistake that a lot of people do is that they don't do the videos. They think about it, they research it, but they don't do it. Just get in front of the camera and start making short 3, 4, 5-minute videos and just do it, and you won't be good at first, and don't expect yourself to be perfect at first. That's okay. And just keep practicing, and I mean you'll knock it out of the park. You're going to help a lot of people.
Dr. John DeWitt, thanks so much for your help today.
Absolutely.
Today. I'm looking forward to dive into your training, man. I appreciate that, but thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.